So Brandon and Corli, I want to move over to SNAP benefits here because in other statewide news, emergency benefits are ending soon in 32 states, including here in Illinois. This will affect more than 2 million residents here who have relied on that extra money, especially as we've been seeing record inflation. It feels like just the worst time. The eggs are so damn high for these SNAP benefits to be ending. What do you think, Brandon? I'll come to you first.
Exactly. Yeah, you're dealing with the threat of a possible recession, inflation really high, and now hundreds, $200, $300. That's a big dent in a family's finances. That's a huge dent, especially you already got to pay more for food. There was a great article at a Tribune that was talking to families about how they're going to deal with this. And now it's on food pantries, really. There's going to be a lot more influx of food pantries to step in and fill some of that need. And in talking to a lot of these food pantries myself for stories, they're having struggles themselves in filling their pantries and being able to have enough stuff for these people. So this is a story that's really mounting that we're going to have to pay attention to as these SNAP benefits draw back, because that economic divide in Chicago is already steep. It's set to be steeper after this.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting to me to see how people kind of make up for that loss in money and what they do, like if they get any side hustles, whatever. It's really going to be interesting.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah, earlier this week we talked to the CEO of Nourishing Hope Pantry in Lakeview, who said that they're getting ready for a huge spike in demand.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, any thoughts there? How will food pantries be relied on to fill in the gap here? The lines I can picture to be around the block.
Exactly. I don't even know what to expect. Like, I really don't.
I think what's going to, obviously it takes a village, right?
Yeah.
So a lot of these shelters are going to need more of us to step up and
a lot more volunteers.
A lot more volunteer work, but there's only so much they can do.
Yeah.
It's almost basic economics. When you got so much demand but not enough supply, it gets overwhelming. So I'm really concerned about this personally. I think that we all have to, as Chicagoans, as a village, think if we have those extra cans sitting around, or even if we're at the store ourselves and we think we can afford it, stop by Aldi, grab some stuff and drop it off real quick.
Yeah.
I think any little bit helps because people are really going to need it at this time. That few $100s.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, it really helps.
One woman I talked to earlier this week who's a SNAP recipient was talking about how she had gone from getting some 200 and something a month to 600 with this additional boost that they've been getting through the pandemic, and is now going to slide back to below 200
That's tough
once
to budget
the benefits end at the end of
Right.
February. So, I mean, how do you, when you had this extra 400 cushion, how do you slide back when the
Definitely gonna
prices
see
have
that.
increased since you got the boost?
And not lowering. That's the tough
Not
part
lowering,
too.
right.
Could lawmakers be doing more on this front, you think?
Well, the federal government could step in, and just as they raise the benefits, they could either make the raises permanent or perhaps raise them to a lower level. That's the problem that they created in trying to solve one problem, which is the residue of the COVID pandemic. You create another one because when you remove those benefits, then people have to adjust, and they may not have the ability to do so.
Corli, you've actually reported a bit on the soaring grocery prices too, right?
With
Specifically eggs.
The egg prices,
Yeah, tell us more about what
You got
what
eggs, you got
found.
money nowadays.
Who'd you talk to?
Exactly. So a lot of urban farms who have chickens, they've seen a boom in backyard farming. So a lot of people who are complaining about the egg prices have actually turned to raising their own chickens to get their eggs that way. Even though it can seem like it's not sustainable, it depends on if you have the lifestyle for that, because it can run you like just $1,000 for startup costs, which isn't bad. But if you get like a chicken, you probably get about a dozen eggs a week.
So they buying chickens now.
They're buying
everybody's
chickens,
buying
exactly, so they can
dozen eggs
save.
a
I mean,
week.
I
So they
was
can
seeing it on
save.
TikTok, but I thought it was jokes at first. But no, people are really doing this.
People are really doing this.
I may have to think about it. I eat eggs every day.
Yeah, exactly.
So this would be something feasible for me. I don't know where I'm gonna keep a chicken in my house.
I'm like, where's the chicken
I
gonna go,
talked
Brandon?
Also,
If it's producing eggs
All
worth
of a
that
sudden
much,
you're
you can
gonna
go
get-
anywhere it wants.
That's true.
this
Yeah.
company called
Yeah.
Rent the Chicken as well. They also rent out chickens.
Rent
to
a
people.
chicken?
Yes, rent the chicken.
Rent
Yeah,
How
they
about
rent out
that?
chickens. Like even in the Chicagoland area, like
Oh, wow.
during the farming the spring season all the way down to the end of summer.
Maybe you can
So
rent a
rent out
chicken
the
wing.
chicken.
You know.
Oh, how about that? Well, yeah. Can you rent the chicken to like cook the chicken?
No, you get it for the
okay.
eggs.
Well, call me old McDonald, okay? Because I'm down with that.
The
But yeah,
incredible edible egg.
I'm gonna need some links. I need you to send me a link to that Rent-A-Chicken.
Oh yeah,
you think I'm playing around?
No,
You think I'm
for
playing?
real.
I'm laughing because I know you're not.
I don't have a dog.
Exactly.
I don't have a cat, but I will grab a chicken.
But you know
okay?
what's interesting,
In this
Sasha,
economy?
is that they actually saw the trend in backyard chickens actually go up even before this whole thing with eggs and before COVID. So like
Yeah.
when people, they said like 2018 they seen a boom, but then it really went up in 2020 when people were like sitting in their house, they didn't have nothing to do, and they took that on as a hobby because they wanted to do that, but they kind of like.
I have a
pushed it
friend
in.
who keeps ducks,
Oh,
and ducks produce eggs.
they do.
And
They also produce great meat.
Yeah.
My favorite
Why do you
meat
wanna-
is duck.
Why do you want to cut the
trying to
birds,
cook
bro?
these animals.
I haven't had
Right.
breakfast or lunch yet, so that's probably why
God.
I'm hungry.
All right.